And welcome to Deep Learning Building Blocks. This has been sort of a long time in coming. If you guys haven't seen my Keras, a little bit of deep learning in Keras, definitely do check it out. That was my first stab into this. I think the more I do these, the more confident I feel that I can add value. Because there's a ton of deep learning tutorials out there. I think a lot of them are very theoretical, which often isn't useful for new practitioners. A lot of them think they explain it in such an easy and simplified way that it sort of belies the real complexity that sort of lies behind it. A lot of them are super practical, actually, and I think are beneficial. But again, it kind of leads you into this false sense of security that what you're doing is correct. I guess in a sense, deep learning is hard. All of data science is hard, and I've tried to make tutorials that do express that, and that try to also teach from fundamentals, such that even if it is hard, it's not necessarily impossible, and that you're going to be avoiding the biggest mistakes. And there are many data science blunders, and we don't need to go into them now. The point of this course is twofold. So one, there's a ton of deep learning courses that are, specifically about what deep learning is used for in cool research. So vision or natural language or stuff like that. But I've got lots of friends that work at Facebook and Google. I've worked there before, which is the reason I guess I have those friends. And I know what their jobs entail. Generally speaking, a lot of it these days is you work at Facebook. There's a machine learning model that's already running. It's probably a gradient boosting model. And Facebook is like, hey, I want to improve my accuracy, so let's transform it into a neural network model. In lots of cases, these models are acting on just lots of normal data. It's not image data, or it's not natural language data. The models that run on image and natural language data are probably already neural networks. And so they're transforming classic machine learning models into deep learning models. And there's not a lot of resources about this out there. And so that's part of the reason why I wanted to make this. And the second part of the reason that I wanted to make this, and just going back to that first part of the reason, and I also have a lot of experience just working with normal tabular data and using deep learning models on it. It's probably just a lot of experience. I'm not going to sort of be a braggadocio or anything like that, but a lot of experience. The second reason why I think this that I want to make this tutorial is I think that by starting with tabular data, I can introduce you guys to the rationale behind a lot of the tools in deep learning. So why batch normalization? Why convolutional neural network? Why dense layer? Why recurrent layer? Why dropout? Why regularization? And by not working with very complex data to begin with, working with data that you sort of already see and already use, you can get a really good intuition as to why we use these things and when you can use them. A lot of people, when they think convolutional neural network, they think image. That's all they think. Versus convolutional neural networks are used all over the place, not just with images, but with natural language data, with waveform data, with sound, and then also with tabular data, as you will see. So this is not meant to explain the math behind convolutional neural networks. There are so many tutorials out there that are just doing that, and that sort of show those pictures and stuff like that. I do have some resources, like a lecture that I have given on that. I don't believe I'm the expert in the world in it. You can probably find some good ones out there. Deeplearningbook.org is one of my favorite ones, and I'll sort of link that below in the tutorial. And it's pretty good at understanding the math. But instead, this is understanding the intuition and when you should use it, and basically how you use it with code. So in these tutorials, at least at the moment, we're going to be going through tabular data, categorical data, variable length features, ordered variable length features, and then a real world example that combines the first three of these into one great example. Okay, so the rest of this video is going to be talking about installation stuff. So if you're already sort of set with understanding how to install this, go ahead and skip ahead. Otherwise, I really hope that you enjoy this. And if you do, please go ahead and give a like and subscribe to the channel, because even though this might not be perfect, and I know it's not, and I don't have like a nice recording studio or other things like other people do. I hope to get better, and I hope to make content that is really helpful for people. Okay, we're on to installing the stuff. So if you want to follow along by actually downloading the notebooks and going ahead and installing all the things you need, I'll go ahead and walk through that here. So the first thing you need to do is you need to go over to my GitHub and then Deep Learning Building Blocks. Click on the clone or download. Go ahead and just copy the clone thing to your clipboard, and then head over to your... so we've popped up the terminal. I'm in my desktop directory. I've deleted the repository that already exists there. You can put this really anywhere you want. I like putting it in the desktop. You can go ahead and you can clone it. Once you clone it, you just CD into it. Now that you're into it, you kind of see a couple of things. The README, some notebooks, and a requirements.txt. Okay, so now we need to go ahead and install all the goodies that we need. So we're going to use Python 3. If you're not using Python 3, you should just use Python 3, unfortunately, or fortunately. I was one of the stragglers, so probably I'm behind most people, but I finally caught up. So go ahead and use virtual environment, Python env. So this will go ahead and do it. If you're unfamiliar with virtual environment, there's an awesome tutorial over at Hitchhiker's Guide to Python. After you go ahead and get your virtual environment, activate your environment. It's different for Windows people. I don't know the command off the top of my head, but for me, it's going to be source env bin activate. And this will go ahead and activate the environment. You'll see it based on this little env over here. For Windows people, there's a different command. You can click on that link in the README to go ahead and do that. After that, go ahead and install all of the goodies that you need using this command here. So pip install requirements.txt. And it takes a while, so I'll see you in a couple of seconds. Okay, welcome back. We have installed all of the goodies. Next thing we need to do is just open up the notebook, and you should be able to follow right along. So just do IPython notebook, and it will just boot it up, and you will be right in here. All the notebooks that we're going to do are going to be inside here, so you can follow along right here. Okay, I look forward to seeing you in learning a little bit about the building blocks of deep learning. Thanks.